is going on? And my name is Ricky, and I'm going to present to you my gun today. So here's the gun. It's a semi-automatic sniper rifle. It's made with entirely Lego and elastic bands. And before I tell you anything about the gun and show you how it works and everything, I'm going to tell you I make guns not because I'm violent, but only because they're complex, they're hard to make. They're pretty cool because they shoot projectiles, and also they're very resource friendly because they're somewhat small, but this one's a little bit bigger. But this used all my pieces, so I couldn't, like, say if I were to build like something the size of that microwave right there, then I would run out of pieces. So I think you get the point by that. So today I'm gonna talk about the structure. I'm gonna talk about its magazine, then its scope, then its RAM, then maybe its trigger, and then I'm gonna tell you some of the problems I've had when making the gun. And so it is a very durable gun. It is made so that if you drop it accidentally, it will not break, except the scope might fall off. But because you can take the scope off, so I kind of did that on purpose. But yeah, so now I'm going to tell you about the magazine. So the magazine for a gun is not the magazines that you usually read every day. What just fell out were the bullets because it was loaded. I forgot about that. So here's the magazine. So there's a pusher inside, as you can see. If you pull it down to the bottom, it clips on. And then how you load, first of all, you can load about 12 to 13 bullets. But, so here you see, I'm putting the bullets, so one by one, right? So this is how you put in the bullets, okay? So, of course, I don't have all my bullets because I'm going to tell you later, because, I'm going to tell you now, okay? Because they keep breaking when they hit the wall. See this? This is a bullet. It's the exact same as this, except it's broken. So, yeah, I don't have very many bullets anymore, but I can still demonstrate with you just with 2 bullets. So, yeah, how it works. So you see this, you take this, you do that, clips on, and it clips on like that. It's pretty cool how it clips on. And then after it clips on, my gun is already loaded, so you don't have to reload for now, but I can just, I can show you now, I guess. So I'm going to shoot at the wall. 3, 2, 1. You can see how powerful it is. After the interview, I'm going to give you a little clip of like the slow motion, which is a lot cooler. And now I'm going to show you how the RAM works. So the RAM for the gun is not the RAM that you see on, I don't know, like mooses and stuff like that. It is actually the thing that shoots the bullet. It is the main part. And the disadvantage of having a RAM, unlike some just rubber band guns, is that the pieces break. As you can see here and here, they break. So yeah, they're Lego, they're plastic, so they break. They're not very, very, very powerful. But if you have like this many elastics, they're going to break. So I have to like replace them often, like once every 2 days or so. But if I don't shoot anything, it wouldn't break. So now I'm going to show you how the scope works. So here's the scope. Because I wanted to give myself a challenge, and I didn't want to use any metal, so I did not buy a laser pointer and put it on my gun, because that would be out of the elastic and Lego kind of challenge. So like I'm trying to build the gun with only Lego pieces and elastic bands. So yeah, I'm gonna show you the scope. So here's the scope. Here's the scope itself. I just took it off. So as you can see here, you put your eye in here, and you can see that little hole in the middle where you can see through it, and then you can see 4 boxes around it. Okay, and the 4 boxes is just to see what's around the little circle. Because say you were aiming at that wall and you wanted to hit that switch, and say for example you were aiming here, you would not know that you're aiming here. You could be aiming anywhere that is yellow. So instead, what I've done is that I have added what you can see in the little circle and everything around it. So then you'll know where you're aiming at. You know where that circle is. So then you can eventually get to the switch. So that's the entire point of it. You'll know what I'm talking about if you were actually to make a gun. Yeah. So now I'm gonna show you the trigger. Here's a trigger. It works pretty much the same as every other trigger. So what happens is that this trigger, see, there's elastics pulling it down, and this thing right here, this is the thing that stops the ram from going forward. So what happens is when you pull the ram back, it gives the trigger space to go down because the ram is a certain length, and whenever its length is not as long as from here to here, the trigger goes down and then it stops the ram. So it stops the ram from moving. So I can show you, I'll show you here. So over here. So see this? So when you do your step here, you do that, and then the trigger goes down. You saw that? That gives the trigger space to go down. So that's the whole idea. And then what happens is that when you release the trigger goes up, then the ram goes forward, hits the bullet, and the bullet goes flying out. So now I'm going to show you some of the problems I've had when making the gun. So the biggest problem of all time is pieces breaking. So I can show you some of the broken pieces. I threw away most of them. So this one, as you can see, this one is broken on both sides because it was impacted. It was impact on this side, and it also was impact on the other side because of how powerful it was impact on this side. So pretty much what happened is that the ram, this piece was a bit crooked. So then the ram hit this instead of the bullet, and then this broke, and then pushing this part to a different piece, and it broke that, and then that's what happened. Here, pretty much the same thing. This one was stuck inside of my gun, so it's all like, it was jammed very many times. This piece is completely bent. And then this is a bullet. This is another bullet. This is another piece. It goes on and on and on. So, yeah. And the second biggest problem I've had is if you make a mistake inside of the gun, then you have to take everything on the outside, replace that one piece, and put everything back on again, which took me a long time. And this gun took me about 17 hours to build and 3 hours to fix because of all the problems I just told you. And now I'm going to show you a slow motion clip of the gun firing in slow motion. Thanks for watching, everyone. I hope you have a wonderful day, and peace.